So Adam, it's what, our 7th final over the 3 days here in Athlone. I have to say every game that we've seen has had something brilliant about it, some great goals, some great player, individual performances, and I suppose we can just expect more of the same today.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. Look, we've had the men's finals for the past 2 days. They've been excellent. There's been some great quality in show, individual brilliance, some late winners, penalty shootouts. We've really had it all, and look, I'm really looking forward to this game, to the 2 games today, but this game in particular. Queens, they played our own TUS last year and they were very impressive, I thought, on the day, and it's good to see them again in the final.
Yep, and in the middle we have Paul Tone, referee, and first assistant referee on this side is Ray Conlon, and on the far side then we have Damien Conlon as second assistant referee. As Queens, as I said, in the red shirts, attack from right to left. And we just give it a line out just as the game kind of starts to settle here. We have Maynooth, as said, with Emer Evan in goal, Rachel Martin, Sarah Winders, Michelle Kudju, Christine Flood, Brooke Dunn, Inwa Kishani, Sophie Christensen, Kiwi Collins, Carly Connolly, the captain, and Ciara Payne. And in reserve then we have Sophie Burnett, Ruth Leahy, Lorraine Green, Niamh Rayside, Hannah Dempsey, Luca John, and Liam McLaughlin. They're managed by Brian Kay, who is the Newbridge town manager also, and he has a couple of his players in that squad today, and we maybe just give them mention in a while when we get a chance, just as Maynooth get their first opportunity to put the ball into the Queen's box. But the Queen's team line out as follows: Annika Hawke, Niamh Coyle, Grace McMinn, Clodagh Sweeney, Niamh O'Donnell, Anya Root, who is I think the captain, Lucy Johnson, Megan Neal, Ellie Blamey, Katie O'Hare and Poppy Fletcher, and in reserve they have Niamh O'Kane, Chloe Robinson, Lauren Smith and Luna Farraher, and they're managed by Andrew Boyd as head coach there.
Yeah, just as you're calling out the teams there, Gordon, early chance for Maynooth to get the ball into the box, but it was well dealt with by Anika Hag in the Queen's University goal.
Conditions pretty nice here today so far, Adam. We had a heavy spill of rain about an hour ago, but that's just blown away, and it's nice to have the pitch a little bit wet, as you all say, the all-weather pitches. We've had first little chance here from Maynooth.
Yeah, Ciara Payne, she did very well. She got past nearly all the Queen's defence, but she just couldn't find the pull back for her centre forward. I think it's Kiva Collins there she was pulled to the edge looking for the ball, but well defended by the
I think it was Niamh O'Donnell. Yeah, Niamh, the number 5, did really well there. As Maynooth have the first set piece of the game. Decent delivery in, but it's probably a little bit short to the near post, but Paul Tone signals for a second corner.
Yeah, Carly Connolly, the captain, it just didn't have enough on it. Unlike yesterday, there isn't that strong breeze blowing it in towards the goal.
This corner goes in a small bit deeper, but referee Paul Tone,
but it's a free out.
Spots some kind of infringement there, but it's a really good delivery.
Yeah, Connolly, it's a way better delivery this time, and I'm not sure there on the replay, but obviously he's seen something he doesn't like, and it would have been an own goal anyway.
Ball played forward by Queen's girls as Michelle Kudju was picking up possession with it. Rachel Martin plays it forward. 5 Queen's players around the number 6 there, Brooke Dunn, who plays with Newbridge, and they won promotion into the EWFL Premier 1 division recently. She is another teammate there, Brooke Dunn is in that side as well, and as mentioned, Brian Kay is the manager of that side.
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier for a manager, especially at colleges levels, when they can pick players that are with them day in, day out at their club level.
Absolutely, and college level, we don't always get the time that we would like to have with the squads. Good defending again is Niamh O'Donnell, and that'll be a free kick foul from number 10, Carly Connolly, the captain of the Newbridge side. So left back, Grace McKim will take this free kick.
Yeah, she has the chance here to go short, and she uses it, plays it out to her full back, Clodagh Sweeney.
It's a bit of miscontrol there, but chance. Almost an opportunity there for the ball to be played in behind the Maynooth defence. The ball straight, but it's a little bit too close to the keeper. Comes out and that's going to be a free
flag.
kick. Yeah,
outside the box, I think it is.
Yeah, just her momentum carried her outside the box there. Emer Evan. I think there's a yellow card coming here. I always feel sorry for goalkeepers in this situation because it's not an obvious attempt to kind of play the ball with her hand outside, because we just see it on the replay here. She
McKim, it was a decent ball in, and the conditions, it's so wet that it just spun up off the surface, and
when she bounced it down and brought it out, she had to go after it. But yeah, it's a pity to pick up a yellow card. So that's the first yellow card of the game, and just on the 5th minute.
I think Megan Neal is going to hit this one for the Queen's University side. She grabbed the ball straight away, and she's directing everyone else away. So
it's a really good opportunity, because you don't often get a free kick right on the box. It looks like she's going to be set up here by Lucy Johnson. Megan Neal is she's a Glentoran player in the Irish League. The number 8 looks like she's going to wind up here. Takes a strike, and it's top corner. 1-0 after 6 minutes for the Queen's girls.
Yeah, Megan Neal, she was always looking like she was going to hit it. I thought initially she was going to strike it first time, but Lucy Johnson just rolls it to her. See it here again in the replay. Johnson directing traffic there, rolls it to her number 8, and it's a good finish into the back of the net.
Yeah, she had time. She had the composure to take a touch before she had the strike, and finds that top left-hand corner. So it's a really, really good early start here for the Queen's girls. I know they had a little bit of a transport issue. Bus didn't arrive, and they had to come in cars, and came in here just the game was delayed a little bit just to accommodate their warm-up, and so not ideal preparations for them, but they've managed to take the lead here. As opportunity for Kishani to get down the right, but again the number 5,
that's going to be a goal kick. Yeah, O'Donnell used her strength very well there, just got across Kishani and didn't allow her to get the cross in. Yeah,
you can see O'Donnell, that bit of defensive quality already. She plays with Mid-Ulster in the Irish League, but she's also a Northern Ireland under-19 international, I'm told. So already we've seen her strength in defensive situations. So Maynooth playing a pretty high line as well, Adam, at times. You just wonder if Queens can get the ball in behind them. Have they got pace up top maybe to exploit that high line?
Yeah, it was a good interception that time from Christine Flood. She just got the boot out to it, but playing the high line on a pitch this big can't be asking for trouble.
Well, that pass was cut out by the goal scorer. Megan Neal put her team 1-0 up after 6 minutes here in the WSCEI Division 1 final. And she's, as I mentioned, a Glentoran player with Irish League experience. As that ball is just knocked long by the Queen's side, but I don't think that's going to be kept in. A little bit of work there for Katie O'Hare.
O'Hare, she was fighting a losing battle there, was always just skimming off the surface and running out of play. Chance for Maynooth here, Gordon, just to put their foot on it after conceding that early goal. It was unfortunate the keeper, Emer Evans, came out there, and the momentum takes her outside the box, and then they score from the resulting free kick, and just unfortunate way to start the game for her.
Yeah, you could just notice as they were playing out, it was a 4-1-3-2 press by Queens. Put 2 players up on the edge of the 18-yard box, and just be interested to see can Maynooth come up with a solution, because they lost possession. It was kicked back in. They have another goal kick here. Yeah, so you can see the 2 players on top. Yeah, with the 3 across, and just again they lose possession. This time it's going to go for a throw, but I think if Maynooth maybe the opportunity is to get Sophie Christiansen on the ball there. She's a Piedmont under-19 player. Just if she can get the angles to drop in, she's possibly a good option to get them out with the ball.
Yeah, they need to be careful here now, because they're putting themselves under massive pressure. Could you just about gets it clear, but Queens pick it up again in the middle of the park.
Ball back with Lee O'Donnell. Plays one forward. Queen's the more composed so here with overlap from Grace McKim. And she gets her cross in. Kudju cuts it out and at the expense of a corner. It was good play by Queens. They've started very well, Adam, these first 9 minutes.
And McKim, her
you see the goal here again on replay.
But McKim, she's been dangerous coming down this left-hand side, and she's a good delivery of a ball. I actually thought she took it too far, and the ball nearly ran over the line there, but she did well just to think the cross in, and could do nothing but turn it behind for a corner kick.
So Megan O'Neill, the Glentoran player, goal scorer, takes the corner, goes low to the edge of the box, but that's well cut out by Carly Connolly.
Oh, great turn. Collins, she's running at her.
Gets the ball wide. There's an opportunity here for Ciara Payne to get on this here on the left wing, but really hasn't got an option in the box. And Queens, just look at the numbers that they've got back in there, all those red shirts.
Yes, that transition to defend, they got back in numbers quick. To be fair to Kiva Collins, she did well. She turned her marker, played the ball right out to Ciara Payne on that left hand side, and look, there was just so many numbers back for Queens, and they do well to snuff the danger.
So again, ball picked up there by Brooke Dunn, another Newbridge Town player. Kudju looking to get the switch, trying to get her right winger. No, just the number 7, Kashani, left her a little bit too much to do there, but Maynooth are actually
it was the right idea from Kudju. She probably didn't get the angle she would have liked on it, and just runs out of play, but positive signs.
So composed play again by Megan Neal in midfield. Just struggling a little bit to keep clean possession and work the ball and maybe move Queens around a little bit. And the sun has actually come out here. It's actually playing right into Maynooth's face. You can just see the shadows on the pitch. Maybe it's directly into them. So every time they look up, they're going to be hit by a very, very, very bright sun at the moment. But
Evans did well to clear that. You can just see her. She has the glove up above her eyes.
Yeah.
Nearly a great turn away by Ciara Payne. I think she is going to be the danger player for Maynooth in this game. If they have any chance of winning, we've seen very, very early on in the opening 2 or 3 minutes, you got past everyone, literally the whole Queen's defence, and just couldn't find the pullback for centre forward Collins. But definitely, I think she is the danger person for them.
So free kick here. I think it's Niamh Coyle who'll take this. She looks like she's going long.
Yeah, I think it's actually the fullback
Grace
McKim
that she's gone over, with her left foot. It's a decent ball in. If
offside.
Up. Yeah, early flag from Damien Conlon on the far side.
I think it was Lucy Johnson. She just probably went a tad too early. It was a great delivery by McKim again. See it here. Yeah, she's probably just gone a slight bit too early. It's hard to see it there on our camera angle.
So Maynooth, I'm not sure whether Kudju might take this one. Yeah, just leaving it to the centre back. Again, hand is up, facing that sun. It's very difficult. Ball just evades Niamh Coyle, and as you said, Adam, Ciara Payne, great pace. Looks like a really tricky technical player, but she just gives it away to Coyle. As Maynooth will claim a throw in over the far side with Christine Flood. Centre back over, sliding across.
Yeah, the sun, I think, is going to play a major factor. It's the literal opposite from yesterday. Yesterday we were complaining about wind, rain, and how the sun comes out today, and it's causing problems.
Yeah, we had really cold weather here on Tuesday and fog, and we managed to get through all our games so far, but we won't complain with a little bit of sun. It might make it difficult for Maynooth, but It's a really good rob there by Carly Connolly, the captain.
Chance we can get a wide, great 2 touches.
Yeah, Collins trying to get over her feet, but Collins, she probably should have maybe slipped it into Kishani just on her right side, but went for the shot but didn't really catch it herself.
Yeah, see here, Collins was great. Yeah, great initial 2 or 3 touches. And I don't know, she was never set really for the shot, and she'd be disappointed with that. Because Kishani was free on the right hand side.
Annika Hawk will be happy enough if that's the level of shots that she's to deal with today. Queen's coming again.
Behind.
Really good work there by Katie O'Hare to get after that. Keeps it in play and wins a corner for her hard work.
Katie O'Hare she made that run from out to in behind the centre half. I think it was Christine Flood on the far side, and does well to win the corner. And chance for McKim as well with that left foot. Get it in right on top of Emer Evans, and this is where she'll really be tested with this low sun.
So referee Paul Tone just having a word with somebody there, and it's just a little bit of argy-bargy in front of the keeper, in front of Emer Evan, but corner comes in, left foot delivery.
Chance here.
Back post, and again,
it's crossbar.
It's the goal scorer Megan Neal has just hit the top of the bar.
Yeah, it was a great delivery. We talked about it yesterday with the wind over hitting crosses, but Megan Neal, she pulls to the back stick. It's a good ball by McKim. She just steals the yard of Kishani. It's a great header. She's very unlucky there.
Keeper Emer Payne steps up there, picks that one up. Collins with the header down, but it's just dropped in behind the Maynooth defence here. A little bit of work for Rachel Martin. 2 players from Queen's just putting her under a little bit of pressure. Forced to kick it out for a throw in.
Yeah, Rachel Martin, she was under intense pressure there. It was the number 11 Poppy Fletcher and the centre forward Ellie Blamey that came over, and she forced the throw in.
So centre forward there, number 9 Ellie Blamey is trying to keep possession. I just wonder, was she trying to work a corner maybe? But
good tackle. There was the captain Carly Connolly back helping her defence out.
Yeah, Paul Tone gives it throw in to Maynooth, but he's forcing Rachel Martin back closer to the corner flag. A couple of yards in it. Kujul will pick this one up, and she might have to go along just to maybe lift a little bit of pressure as Collins tries to flick that one on, but again, ball just hung up in the air, and Maynooth just getting it hard to get it down to play as captain, their number 10 Carly Connolly tries to put that ball out for her right winger. Linesman there, Ray Conlon, right on it there. That's a really good cross into the box, and a little bit of work here because
Payne get to it.
Yeah, Kishani with the cross, and nearly found Ciara Payne as Payne gets it back to her. I thought it's going to be a strike here, long range strike, but that shouldn't. It's going to be a free kick, is it? Free kick. I think there was a late little foot there from. It could have been from Katie O'Hare, was it? Katie O'Hare maybe. She's probably gone out of shot, whatever happened. But anyway, nonetheless, there's an opportunity here for Ciara Payne to get a strike off. Sorry, it's not Ciara, it's actually could be Sophie Christensen, I think.
Number 6.
Yeah. This should be direct. I'm just going to shift the ball to the right, and it's a decent strike. It's on target. Well, it's not on target. It just whizzes past the post. But I think Annika Hogg, though, in fairness, I think she was comfortable enough with that one there. She knew that.
See it again here. It's just rolled to. I think it's the 6th Brooke Dunn. It's a decent strike. Bounces right in front of Haig, and she was. I think she had it covered whether it was on target or not.
Good block by Payne.
And he's just not letting Queens play out with any ease at all.
So could you in possession at the back, goes across to her full back, Emer Evan. Sorry, it was to Rachel Martin. Again, Maynooth just getting it hard to kind of build any little patterns or keep possession in any meaningful way just yet, and a lot of work here for the free kick.
Free out, yeah. McKim, she was just too eager to get the ball back.
Comes through the back of Kishani, but great work from Kishani to get back, and we've an injury here now. Not sure. Maybe just a little opportunity for both sets of coaches to have a little word. Maybe reshape things, just make a couple of little pointers to their team.
Been a good opening 20 minutes, Gordon. Both sides have offered something to the game. I know Queens, the opening goal from Megan Neal from that kind of training ground routine, I'd call it a little roll, and reminds me of Galway United do that the whole time in the men's game, and they're difficult to stop because they just shift the wall and create opportunities in behind them.
Yeah, just it was Christine Flood who was down injured at him there, so she's going over to the side of the pitch. I don't know if she's going to get a little bit more attention, but yeah, I mean, Maynooth had the first little opportunities, you said, when Ciara Payne got down that left wing, pulled the ball back. It was cut out by Niamh O'Donnell, Northern Ireland international, which created the first corner of the game, I think, but Queens took the lead after 6 minutes with Megan Neal, Glentoran player, from a short free kick. She took a touch and stuck it in the top corner. So could you could just see her hand up, really struggling with this sun. It's very difficult for Maynooth to play into this. The last few days it was the wind that teams were playing into from left to right, but today it's the sun just right now. But
could you strong in the tackle?
Yeah, great challenge, but again it was blocked down actually by Lucy Johnson.
Yeah, just Rachel Martin there, the second or third time she just kicked it out of play, and you can see the frustration in her face.
McKim just can't get onto that pass. It was difficult to get a hold of.
Yeah, both teams just a bit sloppy since the stoppage in play, but sometimes for the likes of Queens, when you're 1-0 up and you're starting to really perform in the game, that little stoppage can just break up your momentum.
Ooh, free kick there. I thought that the player who had been off the pitch, Christine Flood, I thought she was intent on the ball there, but
yeah, it was a strong challenge. Both players went for it. Obviously Paul Tone thought Flood was just a bit too strong in the tackle, but this is another opportunity for McKim to deliver it to that far post.
Yeah, she gets her left foot on this one, and just drops it over the that defensive line of the Maynooth side. But again, Emer Evan gets a hold of that, and we can't forget Emer's actually on a yellow card.
Yeah.
Just from the incident that led to the goal to free kick, where she just her momentum really carried herself outside the box, and free kick was given, and rightly so. And Queen's University took full advantage of that situation to go 1-0 up, with Lucy Johnson setting up Megan Neal, who stuck the ball in the top left hand corner. So a chance here for, I think it's Collins, to get in behind, but she has possession. She's under massive pressure, but she's managed to get away, but the ball is back at Queens.
Collins did very well there to turn initially, but it's just that final ball has been letting her down so far.
O'Donnell goes with the diag, trying to get in behind Rachel Martin. Martin, well, I thought she might let her run out, but she's trying to keep it in play, and it'll go for, of course, it's corner flag. Murphy's Law, if it can go wrong it will there, but Could does really well to get into a bit of space in possession, but just can't get the ball in behind. There was a little run there from Carly Connolly, but the ball didn't carry in behind the Queen's defence.
Great ball.
Poppy Fletcher in left wing has a bit of work to keep this in, but she doesn't get the benefit of the corner flag.
No. Martin benefited there 30 seconds ago, and unfortunately for Poppy Fletcher, just runs past it now for a Maynooth goal kick. But this is a chance for Queen's University to get their press on again, not let Maynooth play out.
Yeah, Queens are well organised here. Well, steps around the press, but the ball is back with McKim at left full, and she's going to stay on it, but she gets it inside to her number 11, Poppy Fletcher. Queen's able to just roll the ball around. Neil, the goal scorer, gets it back to her number 6, Anya Root, but Root again wins it back. Maynooth knock it forward, but quick reaction there by Claudia Sweeney under pressure from Collins as
strong tackle on the far side, and it's a Maynooth ball.
Yeah, I think it went off the Queen's player all right. Have to remember as well that this is Queen's University's first team versus the Maynooth University second string in this Division 1 finals, WSCEI.
Yeah, and full credit to Maynooth. I feel like they've nearly been in every final down here this week, and we mentioned it last night, we mentioned again, but the work they're doing is...
Two men's finals, Premier Division champions, 2-1 win over TUD, and they were winners of the first division last night, another 2-1 win. Sorry, it was a penalty win actually, 2-1, sorry, yeah, it was a penalty shootout, and play goes on here. I thought
Connolly.
Yeah, I thought Paul Thome was about to blow for something, but McKim comes forward here, the left back. She's been really involved in this game. Knocks it to Poppy. Well, I thought it was for Fletcher, but Fletcher's inside and ball goes across. But Kuju, who seems to be a standout player from Maynooth, just wins it. Passes simply. Carly Connolly gets it. She is a ball.
Chance here for Kashani.
Yeah, it's Kashani just again just cut out by O'Donnell.
Yeah, O'Donnell's all her experience there, Gordon.
Eve Coyle
has just played it off Ciara Payne there and won the throw in for her side.
Yeah, just Queens looked more likely to score again here. Probably a little bit better in possession, Adam, so far.
Yeah, they've been probably more relaxed, I'd say, on the ball. McKim has really been that modern day kind of fullback, bursting up the left wing and causing havoc for the fullback Rachel Martin. But saying that, nothing would surprise me after the week we've had here over teams dominating games and then losing out in the end. So there's a chance here if Collins can get on it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think she might have just strayed a little bit offside as that ball was played. Carly Connolly, captain, but again, that counter attack came from Kuju. Winning possession, Michelle Kuju stepping forward, finding a midfielder. She's been very impressive so far, Kuju, and the centre of the defence for Maynooth.
Yeah, and if Maynooth are going to survive the kind of intensity that Queens are playing at, Kuju is going to be very important in putting that to a hole. Questions of a handball there. I think it's going to be a free into Queens.
So McKim goes over. Again, it's going to go in long, Adam. Like, there's an opportunity here. Like, she got two players inside just to play it short, just maybe try it a little bit differently, but she's happy enough to put that ball all the way in.
Yeah, it's probably a bit short and could use there again.
Connolly picks it up, but her touch just lets her down as O'Donnell picks it up and she puts it over forward, but Kuju is going to try and shepherd this one out, and she will do that.
Yeah, Well defended from Kudju. She wins the initial header. Connolly's touch is poor, but Niamh O'Donnell just couldn't find a player in a red jersey. And again, it's another goal kick, but they're nearly under pressure from every goal kick, Maynooth, with the way the Queens have set up their press.
Yeah, they're going to have to find a way to get their two central midfielders in possession. You know, the number 6, Brooke Dunn and Sophie Christensen, they need to just pop out either side of the central player and that 3-player press in the second line of the press.
This is going to be a free in now. I think Rachel Martin gives that away. Paul Tone wasn't happening. It says there was a pull on the jersey, but that you're talking about the press. That's leading from them pressing so high and winning the ball back, turning it over, and Martin has to foul the Poppy Fletcher.
Yeah, we just wait here for McKim. Put this ball into the box. Could you, as always, gets her head on it, defending heroically so far for her side, and she puts the clearance away, but there's a free kick called by Paul Tone there as well. So
yeah, Kashani did well. She just got her body in. I think it was Ellie Bamey, the centre forward from Queen's University, was nipping at her heels, but well defended there, and chance for them to put a few passes together maybe from this free kick and settle things down.
Could you finds Connolly. Connolly just
Great
hooks up
flick.
Collins with a chance. She has Kashani outside. If she can just find her, she can. McKim gets
as well.
Gets back goal side. Very, very well done. Great defending there by Grace McKim.
Yeah, initially it was a good flick on from the centre forward Kiva Collins, and Kashani was probably at an awkward height for her to take it down and get any stride, but McKim did well to get back goal side.
Paul Tone, referee, just asking for the technical area from Maynooth just to be tidied up with one standing. Collins trying to keep this in play, and she's a little nudge in the back, just held off.
Yeah, Niamh O'Donnell again using all of her experience, all her quality and her strength. Doesn't let Collins get in behind. Initially it's a good throw in over McKim's head, but yeah, O'Donnell, she does very well just to shepherd the ball out of play.
Just gives a little nudge, so Maynooth with two up top on the press, but
they're going to nick it back here.
Get it back, but they need to hold on to it as O'Donnell finds possession here, gets it to McKim. McKim with her left foot, only finds Connolly. Connolly puts the cross in.
Decent ball in.
Kashani,
the touch.
I think she tried to take it all in one go, control it and play it in front of herself, but it just didn't. It was a difficult skill to execute, it has to be said.
Yeah,
you see here, Connolly with the cross.
Good first touch, good delivery, and Kashani just can't execute the final part, but that's better. Talk about the Queen's press. The Maynooth press has been just as equally strong, and they win the ball back right up high and they create a chance from it. Great touch there by Payne.
Yeah, she's very technically good. O'Donnell steps out here over the central defence row, but Collins picks it up, gets it to Connolly. Connolly going on her, looked like she's going to go on the outside and right foot, but she's just out-muscled a little bit by McKim. While Kashani's in there, Collins now has a. Collins puts it back into McKim, but it's cut out by O'Donnell. Ball down goes to Sophie Christensen, but
yeah, Christensen, she was looking for the run in behind, but Payne had drifted back out wide, and it was easily picked up by the fullback Niamh Coyle.
So Maynooth making it a little bit harder for Queens to play out from the back here in the last couple of minutes. It all started with that press from the goal kick. But Queens are out now. Just again, could you, as always, I mean, she's read everything so well. And good play there by Brooke Dunn. Find her right back, Rachel Martin. McKim just puts that one forward, and it's picked up by the number 9 Ellie Blamey. Blamey gets turned and tries to play one down the line to Neil, who's ahead of her, the goal scorer, but just couldn't find her.
Yeah, Blamey, she did well to initially stand Martin up and just couldn't execute the pass. It was very tight to the touchline though.
Connolly, for a second, thought she had left it there. She almost gave a little sniff.
A chance here. Fletcher did well just to try and nick it back there, but Connolly, I think she initially lost it in the sun, and then she was under pressure from that moment on. Questions I have Mahal there, but Shani gets out to Payne.
So. Payne. She gets it back, and it'll be it should be a throw for the girls in black, the Maynooth team. Just coming up on 10 minutes left to go to the half, and it's still 1-0 Queen's University. Belfast first team are playing here against Maynooth University's second string in the WSCI Division 1 final, as Payne skips past it. Oh,
yeah, that's
going to be free a card here either. Ciara Payne had beaten a couple of the Queen's players there in that little phase of play, and there's a little problem here as well for the number 2, Niamh Coyle, who's down injured. Yeah,
Niamh Coyle, she initially looked for a free kick after Payne had nicked it off her, but I don't think there was anything really doing there, and Payne got past the cover, and it's a free in now, and an opportunity for an equaliser for Maynooth.
Yeah, there is a card here.
It's the number 6, I think, Anya Root, the captain. First yellow card for the Queen's University side. And Niamh Coyle's going to be booked, I think, for time wasting.
Right, okay, so 2 quick fire yellow cards there for the Queen's girls.
Yeah, and that could be an important yellow card in this game as well, Gordon, especially with the pace and
yeah, you never like to see a defender in a number 6 booked before half time. Opportunity here for the set piece. Maynooth have had the ball in the net already in this game, but it was ruled out. Collins with the header and just drifts over the top of the post.
Yeah, it was a decent ball in. I'm not sure.
It was Rachel Winders with the free kick.
Free kick, and it's the number 6, Brooke Dunn, I think, that gets the head on it. Yeah, she just steals the yard and can't. She directs it goalwards, but can't keep it down. And that's a big chance for Maynooth.
Paul Tone's just asking for any of the subs that are warming up to be in some colour other than black, so they're not confused with the players on in the Maynooth side. And the ball goes to Winders. She has Payne outside, gives it to Payne. Payne, first touch, looked like she's going to come inside, and she has. Puts the cross over, but Connolly won't get there ahead of McKim. Again, Queens look to play out, but good play there by Brooke Dunn.
Yeah, Dunn and the Maynooth side are starting to come back into this game. They were out of it early on after the Queen's University goal, but they've started to play themselves into it and have been a bit more composed and starting to create chances of their own.
Yeah, better 10 minutes just gone past there for that Maynooth side. He says they look to play out from the back again. Queen's not really set up to press as they have done, but McKim is going to pick it up, but ball just evades her as Collins needs to move a ball. Yeah, she tries to get Kishani in, but good cover by Clodagh Sweeney. She goes back to her keeper. It's a little mistake there by Annika Hawk as Payne picks this one up.
It's the first chance to really go at Coyle now on this yellow card.
Plays in, but it is cut out, but the ball comes to Winders. Winders now with her right foot will put that in, and that's a direct.
It's just too close to the goalkeeper, Anika Hag. She'll claim those all day. But that's more positive play from the Maynooth side, and it's interesting actually seeing Sarah Winders on that left hand side playing left back, and she's predominantly right footed, so she can cut in like she did there and whip the ball in. Bit of confusion, I think, in the sun again, Gordon.
Yeah, it's Just looking, it looks like there is a positional switch there between Connolly and Kishani. Connolly, who started in the central 10 role, as
chance here. Payne, she just needed to.
Just thought when she had one possession that she might have just taken it in a little bit closer, look for an option. Collins was inside.
Yeah, as Lucy Johnson tries to calm.
Yeah, I think there was a little push in the back, so that's.
Yeah, Lucy Johnson's trying to calm Niamh Coyle down because she had a few words with the referee Paul Tone. She's just been booked for time wasting, so don't want to get a Sally yellow for anything like that.
Kudju picks it up.
Good composure again from Kudju.
Ball just played in by Christine Flood, but Queens just drop it back in, and again Maynooth been pushed back into their own, right down deep into their own half here. Again, nice conditions today to play the game, and a little bit of a breeze picking up a small bit, but nothing that strong, and the wind is blown over for the moment anyway. It's nice and bright. Probably too bright for Maynooth because they're playing right into that, directly into that sun, as you can see from the shadows on the pitch.
Yeah, we've about 3 balls on the pitch right now.
Winders with the throw in. Throws it long. Payne can't get a touch on it, but
yeah, Kishani, that tactical switch of moving the captain Carly Connolly out to this right hand side, and Kishani's gone inside, it has caused Queens a bit of trouble.
Yeah, they have a bit more of an attacking threat or presence at the moment, without creating anything spectacular. That we had that header from Collins that just drifted over from the set piece, but Emer Evan comes out there to claim that and made it look easy. But Kudju was in close proximity, and she's been probably the outstanding player for the Maynooth team so far, Adam, in this first half.
Yeah, definitely. Her composure on and off the ball, her defensive position has been very, very impressive. And I said it, if they were going to weather the storm from Queens, that it would be Kudju at the heart of it. And look, she's been immense so far, but she still has a lot of work to do.
Yeah,
over half a game to go.
O'Donnell in Northern Ireland under 19 just overplays that pass, just misses out Katie O'Hare.
I think it was offside in it. I think Damien Collin on the far side has the flag up. Yeah, quick set piece goes to Kudju.
As into midfield, her Ray Simonson almost gets that ball, or Christensen almost gets the ball over the top of
it's going to be offside again.
Connolly's off, yeah, flag goes up early.
Yeah, she just never got back on side from the initial clearance from Queens, but again it was a good defensive header from Niamh O'Donnell, the Northern Ireland.
Nice, a good 5 yards offside there.
International.
O'Donnell plays it into midfield, finds the goal scorer Neil, and Claudia Sweeney goes to her fullback, Niamh Coyle. Good pressure from Winders.
Yeah, Winders, she was right on Lucy Johnson's toe there.
So just under 2 minutes left in this first half. It's the WSCAI Women's Division 1 final. It's the Queen's University Women's first team versus the second string of Maynooth University, and so far it's the Queen's girls that are in the lead, probably playing on the balance of play the better side so far, as Winders cuts that out, puts it over the top, and Collins now has a little bit of a chance here to maybe good cover there by Claudia Sweeney, gets it back to her keeper Hawk, and but maybe an opportunity maybe for Maynooth. Payne just can't cut that pass out, as Maynooth now have a little, or Queens have a little bit of an opportunity to attack, but ball is played down the line, it just runs out of play right in front of the second assistant referee there, Damien Conlon.
Yeah, Lucy Johnson, she'd seen Poppy Fletcher, who had drifted over from the far side. And actually I think Queens themselves have changed things up in attack. Blamey seems to be playing out wide left now. Katie O'Hare has gone right through the middle, and Poppy Fletcher's gone on that right hand side as well. So both teams tactically, as when there's kicks to air.
Yeah, pressure there from the number 11 Poppy Fletcher over on the right wing there now. So not a whole lot in terms of goal chances, Adam, just yet in this game. But I think, as we mentioned the size of the pitch here, and it's artificial, can draw on the legs a little bit, particularly the size of the pitch, and it being a final, that game should probably open up a little bit more in the latter stages of the second half, you'd imagine.
Yeah, definitely, especially Queens, they've had a long journey today, especially if some of them had to drive to this game, and Maynooth University, they're only 40 minutes up the road, so that could play a massive factor, especially in latter stages.
Hawk, the keeper, takes her touch, does really well, gets it into O'Donnell. McKim has options ahead of her, has a runner. That's her number 10. Katie O'Hare playing a little, try to play with Neil, but Fletcher has it here, gets a chance.
Blamey,
little
back stick,
that's
let's
a great
go!
goal. What a super goal by the number 10 Katie O'Hare, and that's a well worked goal. We just mentioned that there was very little in terms of goal mouth action, but that's a brilliantly well built goal. And
yeah, it's a great goal, and I just talked about that kind of tactical change, and it's Blamey who's moved out to this left hand side, dinks it back stick, and Katie O'Hare has the easiest job just to head it into the back of the net. And look, all three players I mentioned in tack, Poppy Fletcher rolls it to Ellie Blamey, and Blamey pings it straight across, and it's a great finish by the number 10 Katie O'Hare.
That leaves Maynooth with a real uphill task here as we go into the second minute actually of time added on at the end of the first half. McKim with the big switch. Winders can't get there, but Poppy Fletcher is going to chase down the number 5, Christine Flood, but on this occasion Emer Evan often just dropped the ball out, but I'm just wondering how much extra will Paul Tone find here in this first half. Probably a little bit, just based on a couple of seconds that were added on. I think we had one injury in the first half when the centre back Christine Flood went down for probably a minute or two, maybe 2 minutes for that. So
yeah, he Paul Tone. That's it, half time.
2 minutes, so that's the end of the first half here. It's the WSCEI Women's Division 1 final. It's Queen's University Belfast 2, Maynooth University Girls B Team 0. But still all to play for in this second half, because there is a threat within that Maynooth side, and they've had a couple of positional changes that have brought them a little bit more into the game. Just unfortunate that they conceded the second goal there, Adam. Yeah,
unfortunate for them, but look, they can take plenty of positives from that first half. I don't think it's a 2-0 scoreline, and look, they just have to come out all guns blazing in the second half. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah. Okay, we'll be back with more coverage here on the live stream in the second half. Thank you. Hello, and what? Huh? Hello and welcome back. Hello and welcome back to the second half here of the WSA. Just a small little problem with the headphones, but welcome back to the second half of the WSEAI Division 1 final between Queen's University Belfast. It's their women's first team versus Maynooth University's second string. And we've had a major change in weather. I'm Gordon Brett on commentary here with Adam Lennon. Major change in weather, Adam.
Yeah, we really have. We were saying, went in after the first half, sun was shining, came back out, and the wind is blowing everywhere. It's lashing rain, and look, this could cause a bit of trouble for both sides. And
broke down with the free kick.
Early
delivery. It's gone just past the post, and we were saying
all the way in.
Yeah, at half time we were chatting. We were just saying that a goal from Maynooth here would really shake this game up and make it really interesting.
Yeah, done. It's a great ball lane. Just hits the surface inside 6-yard box and skims past the post. But positive early signs from Maynooth. And I think there was just one change at half time for the Queen University side. I think Niamh Coyle, the number 2, who was booked in that first half, has been replaced by the number 14, Lauren Smith, and I think Smith has slotted into that left back role with the left back Grace McKim has switched over to this right, and McKim, we've seen her delivery of a ball in the first half and was essential to the first goal anyway. So see how things happen. I think this is going to be another yellow card. I'm not sure. I think it's the number 8.
Yeah, I think it's the
goal scorer,
Neil.
Megan Neal.
Looks like it is now. We'll just get confirmation of that.
Yeah, I think she just dragged Kashani back there, and Paul Tone was right on it. Kudju has a chance to deliver it in.
So a goal and a yellow card for Neil.
Kudju's gone for it. Well held by Hagen, the Queen's goal, but I suppose the conditions have changed. Why not have a pop? It's a very strong breeze from right to left, Gordon, in the second half.
Yeah, it really is. It's just when we walked back outside, we went inside to the main, underneath the main stand here, and there was sun, there was shadows all over the pitch, and it was difficult for Maynooth to play into. But we've come out in the second half now, and there's an absolute, it's like a different season. But anyway, Payne in possession here. Good sliding challenge there, but for a second there I thought McKim had just hurt herself, but she's okay.
Yeah, that's going to be a good battle. Ciara Payne and Grace McKim this second half.
Yeah, as I said, that McKim with the header, and throw in for Maynooth. First goal for Queens came courtesy of Megan Neal, who picked up that first yellow card in the second half after 6 minutes. And then Katie were here, put daylight between the sides. And now McKim has got a yellow card. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Chris, can I see it here in the replay? Not sure what that was for there. It's hard to see in the replay, but Paul Tone, either she said something or I don't know, but he wasn't happy. Grace McKim, who's shifted over to this right hand side in replace of the Niamh Coyle who was booked, has now got a yellow card for herself. So lack of discipline seems to be costing Queen's University here in the second half.
Yeah, they've run 3 yellow cards now. They've Niamh Coyle, Grace McKim, 4 yellow cards actually on your route, and Megan Neal, the goal scorer, all on yellows.
The ball has actually just moved before Brooke Dunn. She did very well to actually get any purchase on that, because if you just see it here in the replay, if it comes up on the screen here, just before she hits it, watch the ball here, it just starts blowing away. So it was actually a great delivery considering
did really well. Hogg puts that one long into midfield, and Just interesting to see how Queens deal with playing into this breeze as Connolly picks it up and puts the ball in behind for Collins, but it's not going to. It's going to be just a little bit too far ahead of her.
Yeah, and I'm just looking out there. I think Sophie Burnett has also come on for Maynooth University, the number 12. I didn't spot that one at halftime, and I'm not quite sure who's gone off. But chance for Payne here.
Can you get her on her left foot? She gets the strike off, but no, Hawk does very well.
She just couldn't steady herself there.
I think it's the number 8 from Maynooth. Sophie Christensen has gone.
Yeah, good play though by Ciara Payne. Gets past the Queen's defenders, but to be fair, she was under a lot of pressure there and just couldn't get any real strike on the ball with her left foot.
So, noticeably, Adam, a lot more pressure by Maynooth in this second half so far. And I know they'll be hoping to get the next goal here. As that ball is just going a little bit astray. It might even run out for a corner for Maynooth, and this is an opportunity.
Yeah,
they already have the ball in the net earlier on in the game from, I think it was from a corner, a free kick from the left-hand side. It was an in-swinger, and but there was a foul blown. Somebody was impeded, but the ball went directly into the net, and that was Maynooth's first opportunity. That was before they'd even conceded, so that was inside the first 5 minutes. So we'll see now, can Connolly put in a similar ball this time and put Hawk in the Queen's goal under a little bit more pressure. Yeah,
and the wind again. It's a decent delivery, could use there, but just can't get her head onto it.
Could you hooks it back, but McKim will probably be favoured here, but Connolly gets her.
That's offside. Yeah, Connolly, she was never back onside from the initial corner kick. I think it's the goal scorer Megan Neal that's down there, but yeah, no, Connolly.
It looks like she's holding her hand or her wrist just off just while the replay ran there, but seems to be, I'm not sure, is it a hand or a wrist injury she seems to have. So she seems okay again, but she's holding her wrist a little bit.
Yeah, she just must have got caught in the traffic there, but she should be all right to continue.
So free kick for Queen stands as McKim takes this, playing into a stiff breeze now in the second half. They didn't have that advantage in the first half. They had the advantage of the sun, which is bizarre given how it's like we've really gone from summer to winter here in this game, as ball just gets pumped too far forward by Burnett, the substitute, and she probably need to show a little bit more composure.
I think there's another substitute here for Maynooth.
Collins, the centre forward, being withdrawn.
And it's going to be the number 14, Lorraine Green. Kiva Collins, she had a nice few touches in that first half in particular, but to be fair to the centre half partnership of Clodagh Sweeney and Niamh O'Donnell, they marshalled her very well and didn't give her any opportunity for a sight at goal.
Yeah, I believe Lorraine Green, who's just come in there, has seen action in the National League at under 19 level with Finn Harps. So it's a great option to bring on a National League player into a final like this.
Yeah, shows you the strength and depth even at this level, especially considering this is Maynooth University's second string side, or Maynooth University's B team, that they still have loads of League of Ireland and their talent in their panel. It's a good header from Kashani.
Yeah, it's brilliant that they can get to the Tier 2 Division 1 final, you know, and you know, you have players there like Michelle Could you know, you could imagine her comfortably playing with any first team. So almost 10 minutes gone. We haven't really seen Queens as an attacking threat in this second half just yet. Maynooth have come out and probably taken the initiative as they would have needed to, being 2-0 down. That hammer blow of that second goal just in injury time of the first half.
Great free from O'Donnell.
Donald, great feet, but again,
She's not going to get the
yeah,
advantage.
Burnett and Connolly didn't give up, and Payne is on
Chance
side here.
here.
She is on side.
She is on
It's
side,
a big
yes.
chance if she can just cut inside. She's under a little bit of pressure. The shot just takes it wrong. But reaching at it a little bit, you know, never really I felt had the ball under control at him.
Just see it here. Payne, it's a great run in behind. She's tracked all the way by Sweeney, to be fair. But yeah, she's probably a bit too wide for the strike, and you see the frustration from her captain, Carly Connolly, who was waiting at the edge of the box. She probably could have took another touch, brought it a few yards forward, and maybe slipped it to Connolly at the edge. But again, they have it back, and Queens are really struggling to get any possession in this second half.
Need to get the ball.
Good feet.
Payne was waiting outside, but Payne, the one thing she did do, she timed that run and stayed on side brilliantly.
Yeah, if she was a bit more central, it would have been a better opportunity for her, but no, that's the tactical change of Lorraine Green coming onto this left hand side, and you know, we were probably saying at half time as well that if we could push Payne up through the middle, she'd probably offer a bit more pace in behind than Collins in the first half.
So it's a kind of a half chance, really. We'd say we put it down as a half chance there for Maynooth through Payne, Ciara Payne. So, but they really need to get the next goal in this game, Maynooth, because you couldn't see anywhere back really from 3-0.
No, the next game is huge in this game. 3-0. I think the game's over, but you know, if Maynooth were to get one back, and they look more likely to score than Queens at this point, and Donald's letting this one bounce.
Yeah, she was happy enough. Showed lots of confidence and composure. The ball gets to Fletcher, just slips and loses out possession, but it was won back by Megan Neal, the goal scorer. Lucy Johnson was being a little bit ambitious, just looking to knock it down the line, and
it's going to be a free in, I think.
It's going to free. I just thought that it looked like to me it was kind of off the ball. They ran into each other.
Yeah,
Lucy knocks it down the line, and
yeah, to be fair, Sarah Windsor, she just blocks her path and stops her from putting on the press. And I think Paul Tone is coming over to Ray Collin here. That might be a yellow card for.
I'm sure was there something said here, but it might
Sarah
be a Maynooth
Windsor,
player that's in a little bit of bother. I'm not sure. Card is coming out. It's going to be a yellow, and it's Maynooth's first yellow card, is it?
Second, bar the first
keeper,
outfield player,
yeah.
Sarah Windsor. Yeah, she's just stopped Johnson from getting there. But I'm just looking at McCain off camera here. He's suffering from a bit of cramp, and she did a lot of work in the first half.
She is on a yellow also.
She's going to hit this free kick, I think.
Yeah, I have a funny feeling she might have a go at this, because she's a really good strike of a ball, and
yeah, certainly
might be worth it.
She needs to aim for the back post here and hope that if it doesn't go in on first attempt, that there's someone there to tap it home.
I think it's direct, is it? No. So Grace McKim with the free kick, drives it low.
But is that Brooke Dunn there?
Well cut out by Brooke Dunn.
Oh, pressure. Substituted well there, number 14, Lauren Smith.
Yeah, flag goes up here.
Amy is not offside though.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be pulled up just for the kind of, you know, cutting across lines, and the Maynooth players, to be
the
fair,
flag went
stopped.
up early on this side. You know, Paul Thone has seen it, and he just let the play develop, and then he took a second look, and Colin confirmed that it was an offside situation. So
I think it was more for the interference in play rather than the actual offside. It's a good touch by Payne.
Green substitute, or Smith, sorry, Lauren Smith trying to play it out, but Queens are going to concede a corner here. So again, architects of their own downfall in that occasion.
Yeah, you have to say probably the elements aren't helping them in this second half, trying to play out from the back. when they go along, it's holding up in the wind, and they have to try and find a solution. But the chance here of Connolly, she has a decent delivery.
An out swinger, keeper reads that very well, comes through everybody, and just that's something that you get great confidence as a defender. When your keeper comes and claims those, it makes them look easy. But now there's a chance here with Ciara. Almost through the keeper, but it was Ciara Payne.
Anika Quaid, or Hag, should I say? She did well to recover it.
So Robs O'Donnell, Irish Northern Irish under 19 international. Maybe she should have just pushed it inside and gone again a little bit further with it. But Payne, she is a threat, and as I said, we really do feel that Maynooth need to get the second goal here, make this a real game. Katie here tries to come inside, but could you and Burnett combine to win the ball back? Connolly won't get that ahead of O'Donnell.
Yeah, O'Donnell, no nonsense there. She gave the last ball away. Chance here.
Yeah, no.
Ciara, she's going to have to get.
Yeah, there's a foot race
keep
here.
It in.
Yeah, I think she'll get there, but will she get there before that? And she does really well to win the throw-in. Yeah, Ciara Payne.
She gets the applause from her coaches.
Clodagh Sweeney though matched her stride for stride. Rachel Martin steps forward, take the throw in. 29 minutes left in this game. Still 2-0 for Queens. First half goals, one late, one early, one late in the half, and that'll be a goal kick for Queens.
Yeah, the wind is just picking up again as O'Donnell has taken over goal kick duties.
Yeah, she'll go with her left foot here. It's going to be won by Burnett, is it? Sorry.
Kashani, I think
Kashani won it. And could this be?
That's going to be a goal kick. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Damien Conlon was right up on that.
Yeah, the only issue with O'Donnell taking the goal kicks now is that Ciara Payne is just stepping that yard forward, and she's always onside.
So they go short this time. But it's been a really difficult half so far for Queens. They literally haven't. They've had one, I think, free kick from McKim that just was an opportunity to get in.
Here's
a chance now. So Payne here has a chance. This is going to be your best opportunity so far, and the keeper makes another great save.
Yeah, frustration on the Maynooth bench. Ciara Payne. It's a great ball from Kudju, deflected into Payne's path, and she's 1v1 with the keeper. And she tries to hit it low and hard at the cross keeper, but she gets it all wrong, and it's an easy save for Anika Hag in the end.
So she goes. Sometimes you're just better off maybe get in there and blast it across the keeper, but
yeah, she probably tried to be a bit too clever and place it into that far corner.
Yeah, really tried to roll it into the corner, but again, Kudju cuts that ball out. Pass forward by Lucy Johnson. Johnson gets it out onto the left wing.
Lamey, she put a great ball in for the goal, and that's
little bit of
trouble.
Yeah, little. I just think it's just the way the ball bounced and spun off the turf. Almost caught out the Maynooth defence, and they really could do without conceding a goal here, because I think it's curtains if Queens get the next goal. So O'Donnell picks it up. That lovely left foot of hers, great control, but
chance for the counter attack here with Payne, and she finds Kashani out on that right hand side, but O'Donnell is quickly across, and they're just going to shepherd it out for a Queen's throw-in. And O'Donnell has read the game very well today. She just covered the ground, especially with Lauren Smith, who came on at half time. It took her a few minutes to get into the game, but O'Donnell was always there to cover.
Yeah, all the chances so far in the second half, with almost 20 minutes gone here in the second half. It's the WSCI Women's Division 1 final as Winders wins that.
Great ball.
Again, Payne, just her first
the
touch.
Yeah.
Just, I'm not sure, she's just trying to touch it around O'Donnell. Maybe it would have been better keeping O'Donnell on the other side of her. Maybe having a crack with her left foot, but she's getting opportunity. She is giving them more of a central threat. She was excellent out wide in the first half on the left, but she definitely is hurting them, and her pace is an issue for the Queen's rear guard at the moment. So good play. Brooke Dunn, she's been very composed at every opportunity, but that's really good work there by Katie O'Hare. She got the second goal.
Emer Evans taking a few steps back, making sure she doesn't go outside the box again.
Yeah.
That'd be playing in the back of her mind, Yeah.
Donald just drops that ball out over the sideline under pressure from Connolly. Rachel Martin throws that one down the line again. Payne, but O'Donnell comes across.
It's a good throw in, and Connolly's going to get there.
Has it. Can she just burrow her way through here? She gets it on her right foot, but blocked by O'Donnell. O'Donnell has been a really key player here for Queens in this game as the cross when Martin gets cut out by their number 4 there, Claudia Sweeney.
Yeah, Sweeney did well, but it's Payne, she had turned her back to it and she could have got it if she was facing the other way.
Payne with the cross.
It's not a bad delivery.
Yeah, the touch from Sweeney.
It just took the pace off it, and it was the substitute, Lorraine Green, at the back stick, and it was a great. We'll see it here again. To be honest, that's a very important touch from Claudia Sweeney.
So Hogg goes long. His header was won by Brooke Dunn. And there's just.
It's gone out, and it's going to be a Maynooth ball. It's going to be another substitute here on the Queen side. I think it's the number
12 coming in. Chloe Robinson is coming in for Fletcher, I think it is.
Yeah.
Poppy Fletcher, I think the number 11 is it?
Yeah, number 11, Poppy Fletcher, has gone out. And Poppy
so
Fletcher, she played a key role in the second goal for Queens.
So, Kishani, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I thought she had done very well, just got the wrong side of it.
It looked like 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
She just gets the wrong side of Chloe Sweeney. I think she's just a bit stronger than her, but in the eyes of the referee, he thinks she's been a bit too strong and a bit too eager, and it's a free out, and McKim has a chance to clear it, and she's just going to play it to the first goal scorer.
Brooke Dunn heads that forward. Shout of a handball here from the crowd, but substitute just in the play there. Chloe Robinson with a little roll back. Kim Payne takes one in the face there. Again, Neil puts her foot through that one. Not standing on ceremony at this stage of the game. 2 goals up Queens here in this WSCAI Division 1 final. It's the Maynooth University B team versus the Queen's first team in the Division 1 final as O'Donnell comes across, puts this one on her right foot. Payne blocks it, but McKim then goes long into midfield, and Burnett picks that one up. Substitute, she's under huge pressure.
Very well.
Yeah, she was under massive pressure, but
chance of Shani can find Connolly on this far side.
Martin gets the ball to Connolly. Now she's a little bit of work to keep it in because the wind is just taking that ball a little bit. She's not going to manage it.
She's not going to get there. You can see actually the corner flag that she's howls in her hand now. The wind is very strong. I think McKim could be. I think her race could be run here, Gordon. She's down for the second time with cramping. As the physio runs onto the pitch, but I think Queens will be delighted with this little break and play to regather their thoughts. And
yeah, Queens have 2 players left to come on here. Luna Farrah or Neve O'Kane are listed, and I just see is there any movement down there yet.
I think Ruth Leahy is going to come on for the Maynooth side. I think it's the fullback Rachel Martin going off, so not sure. Yeah, Leahy is going to go into that right full position.
So each team making their changes, but
Queens are down for.
ooh, fairly hefty challenge there by the substitute, the number 14, Lorraine Green. I think she's getting a card for that. And so Lorraine Green picks up a yellow.
The physio has his work cut out.
Yeah, I think it's is it the number 8?
Yeah, Neil at the goal scorer, Megan Neil.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're happy enough. She seems okay there now.
Yeah, it gives another few minutes to Grace McKim. I think she's going to return to the action now in a minute as well. So.
Yeah, and we'll be back here later on at 4 o'clock for the Women's Premier Division final between UCC and ATU Sligo. So that game is the Premier Division final of the WSCAI, it's the Women's Soccer Colleges Association of Ireland. And that's at 4 p.m. and that'll be on our live stream here also. Burnett picks up possession, try to play one, I think, through for Connolly. Connolly gets it to feet. She's under a little bit of physical pressure here as well, but tries to play the ball through 3. Queen's players are working very hard. Brooke Dunn just fouled. A little bit of a late one.
Yeah, it was the number 10, I think. Katie O'Hare was just.
I think she's hurt herself more than anything.
Yeah, it's one of those when you go in to make the block, and if you're slightly late, you could get hurt yourself. But I think it's going to be a free in and nothing more as McKim gets ready to return to the action. Yeah, could you on this again? That swirl and breeze. I think she might have another pop at goal.
Yeah, this is a little bit of rain whips back in. Could you just puts it straight at the keeper, but Hawk is not going to be beaten by something like that. But again, we've seen a lot of these free kicks in the last day or two, Adam, where they're just put in, there's just a straight ball over the defence, and it doesn't really hurt teams. Instead of maybe somebody dropping out and going wide and changing the angle of the cross.
Yeah, it's too straight, because if you miss hit it any which way, it's either going to drop too short and it's going to be headed clear, or the goalkeepers, as we've seen there, is just going to pick it up, and it's an easy catch for any goalkeeper, and they'll be happy enough, Queens, if Kuju keeps pinging the ball like that.
The ball just runs out and it's going to be a goal kick again for Queens. So Maynooth have had the better of the second half, but without just getting that goal, that'll give them a real opportunity to get back into this game, but they'll have to score next. But Queens have had no real attacking threat at them.
No, they've barely been in the Maynooth half in this second half, and it's been I said before half time, I said that they're going to have to come out all guns blazing. To be fair to Maynooth, they're probably just missing that cutting edge, as I say it.
O'Hare just tries to get behind the defence, but Winder's on the cover with a right foot, affects the clearance. Ball picked up then by number 14. It's Lauren Smith on that left wing, left back position. Connolly tries to get in ahead of it, Donnelly, and that'll be a card, I'd say, there for O'Donnell.
Yeah, it's probably the first time she's missed time to tackle today, and yeah, it's to be fair to the captain, Harley Connolly. Yeah. She gets across, and that's going to be another yellow card for the Queen side, and they're fairly racking them up right
and
now.
make that 5. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yellows at this stage.
You just see again, Smith did well driving down the left hand side. It's well nicked back, and
Connolly does well, but yeah, Donald just catches her, and yeah, I think it's a fair call there, that yellow card.
yeah, chance for Kuju to
There's an
bring it
angle
in
on
from
this
the
one.
ankle.
Donald
Just
left foot
dropped
away.
a bit short.
Just slice forward, it'll spin towards the Maynooth defender. I think it was their number 5, Neve. Sorry, it was
Christine Flood.
Christine Flood coming through there, but Queens again, ball cut out there. Ruth Leahy. So intensity levels haven't really picked up in the second half, as Payne just tried to head that one on but got too much on it. But the story of the half really is that Queens really can't get out, but Maynooth haven't really hurt them enough in terms of the attacking sense and creating chances.
Yeah, it's been Queens trying to weather the storm literally here. The Maynooth have been impressive without being clinical, I'd say, in the second half. But there's still, 15 minutes to go. Next goal is crucial. Queens get the next goal. We keep saying it. I think it's game over. But if Maynooth can just nick one in the next 2 or 3 minutes, it's game on going into the final 10 minutes. Donald, I think, is just going to shepherd this one out, and she's happy enough at this stage to just let the clock run down.
"14 minutes roughly left, plus stoppages." Brooke Dunn there wins back possession. She's done well, and she's pushed from behind.
Blame me, yeah. Chance for Windsor. Winders to get in. I think Brooke Dunn is going to hit it herself, actually.
She's going to do it, yeah.
No, she had a great effort at the start of the half, and
Yeah. Look at the angle she's setting up to hit it at, and she looks like she's going to hang it over the back. It doesn't look like she's shooting, but Cole's actually
She
direct
has
for the
it.
shot, and
Oh,
it's
it's
the
well
keeper's done
head
so
with
well.
Haig.
To be honest, I'm very impressed with Annika Hogg today. She's dealt with everything, and that's a difficult ball because it's dropping down to a difficult height, and she just drops down to her knees herself and picks it, and does really well under pressure from Kuju.
yeah, it's good goalkeeping. I actually was talking to TJ Wright after the Thurles game yesterday, and he was saying when SCTU Carlos scored a goal, he said, I couldn't catch it because the wind was just so strong. So it just shows you conditions aren't favouring goalkeepers.
No, and wind is coming in. It's slightly blowing across the pitch now, a little bit from the side here, the camera side across. It's not quite down the pitch like it was right to left as it was yesterday. More blowing into the bottom right hand corner over on our or bottom left hand corner to us, but again, Queens just really can't get any possession of any note in the Maynooth half. And as I say, Maynooth really need to go now and try and grab a goal and change this game up and put more pressure on Queens and just see, maybe jangle their nerves a little bit. Ball in behind, and there was a great run there from the number 10 Katie O'Hare, but ball didn't make it through to her, but she was right up on the line and making a perfect run in behind.
Yeah, it was a good run from Katie O'Hare, just couldn't find her. O'Donnell goes down, and she's going to have to get back in position here now because Payne, and that's going to be another free kick. Yeah. Queens can't afford to keep giving away free kicks like this because eventually they will be punished, especially with the strong breeze.
Yeah, Winders goes across to take this. Kuju initially looked like she was going over, but she's going to go into the box, and she's good in the air. She's won quite a lot of headers here today.
Yeah, she's physical presence up there. And
yeah, she's a little bit of a height advantage on Neil, who's picking her up there, Megan Neil. So it's interesting. Just
decent delivery. Connolly can flick it
bad,
on.
it's in the shot.
Kuju's
Kuju has
there.
a chance.
Oh, it's a great save again.
Yeah, the keeper's kept him in it here, but now it's an opportunity. O'Hare, she hasn't got any support up yet, but she does well, holds up play.
Oh, she just couldn't find the pass, but
Burnett wins it, but there's going to be an offside here. Could you can get through here? She is onside, but again, O'Donnell has been rock solid at the back, read the situation. There was a couple of Maynooth players who were coming back who were offside, I think. But could you wasn't one of those, and that's going to go to the keeper. But at some stage you just wonder, maybe do Maynooth sacrifice could you at the back and put her up front, and she seems to be maybe somebody who might be able to pull something out of the bag for them.
Yeah, but that was a great initial save from Hag, and O'Donnell made a mistake there by not coming up with her line, but did well to clear. And yeah, I think Maynooth need that kind of physical presence up top to just ruffle the Queens a bit. And
yeah,
look, time is running out for them.
And I think just as we said that, I think Brian Kay did ask Michelle, could you just stay a little bit higher, but she's dropped back into the defence line. But I think we might see her higher up the pitch from here on. And here's another change, as Adam says. It's the number 15, and eventually it's
Grace McCain.
Yeah, McCain comes out. Yeah, she's had her little injury problems in the game, so it's Luna Farrer.
Could you does well to clear it, but it's straight to Sweeney. That's gonna
comes part of the play.
He'll be disappointed with that first touch.
Conditions not particularly nice here at the moment. Could you cuts that one out, Michelle? Could you? And Conley puts the ball in behind again. Payne is in again. Now this is a big chance, but O'Donnell's coming back at her. And Payne with the strike, but again,
great save.
Just can't get enough power on it to maybe send it across into the bottom left-hand corner is what she was looking for. O'Donnell had her under pressure, but you know, Annika Hogg has done very well in this second half.
And the ball's gone.
Ball's out.
Yeah, another great chance though for Ciara Payne. She's been a threat all day for the Maynooth side, but she hasn't been able to beat Annika Hag in that goal yet.
Number 15 just struggling to keep it in there. Luna Farrer, it'll be a throw in. Inside 10 minutes, there's about 8 minutes left here, so we've I think it's still all to play for. If Maynooth could just get a goal here, get a foothold into the game.
Definitely, next goal is very, very important.
And so with 8 minutes to go, Adam, it's probably time for you to start thinking about the Player of the Match award. As Queens just trying to establish possession in the opposition half. It's something that they haven't had much of in this second 45 minutes.
Great free from Blamey.
It's a decent touch again there from their number 7, Lucy Johnson, but she's managed to win a throw in over in the far corner. That just lifts a little bit of a siege on their defence.
Yeah, it's the first time we've really seen them in that attacking third for, I'd say, about 35 minutes, Gordon. But I thought actually Johnson, if she just stepped over the ball there, Katie O'Hara made a run behind, and look, they'll be just happy that they're not defending. It's going to be another free kick and frustration for Maynooth because they thought that the ball won back, but it was a substitute. Sophie Burnett, she was just a bit too strong in the tackle on Blamey.
Ball just comes short, and it's cleared by Maynooth's number 5, Christine Flood, and I'm really running out here from Maynooth. If they're going to get something out of this game, they're going to have to get a goal back and give themselves an opportunity to kind of get a little bit of pressure then on the Queen side. They really look at their job is 6 minutes left with and they need 2 goals. And there's another sub there being prepared. That's their number 15.
Niamh Rayside.
I think she's actually a former underage player here with Athlone Town.
Sarah Winders is going to come off here for Maynooth, and it's going to be more of a. There's actually a double substitution. Hannah Dempsey is also going to come in here for the Maynooth side, and it's Kashani on that far side has gone off. So Niwa Kashani has gone off, and I suppose they just have to try and do something here with 5 minutes exactly to go, and whatever additional time. We have had a few stoppages, so I presume we will have 3 or 4 minutes, and there's been plenty of substitutions as well. But
yeah, so just some fresh legs on it. We'll just see how can that have any effect for Maynooth. We just have to try something different and see can they. It's just that Burnett just can't get a hold of that ball to clear it, and the number 13 out there, Ruth Leahy as well. Just it's a throw in. She's not happy over that. She throws the ball back. But
it's frustrating for Maynooth because they have been very good in the second half, but they've just not been able to score. But that's a great challenge for Brooke Dunn, and Payne is in here.
Payne
she
is
can get
onside. She's still onside.
She's still onside.
And she has Connolly inside. She needs to get her head up. She's under a little bit of pressure to take the strike here, and it's gone past the post again.
Just gone past the post.
Connolly with their hands out saying, please, why didn't you not play it into me?
Yeah, she's very frustrated down there, Carly Connolly, but to be fair to Ciara Payne, I feel a bit sorry for her at this stage. Her running and her position and attacking position has been very good today. She just hasn't had
just
the
that
finish.
end product in front of goal hasn't happened, and she has Connolly inside, and actually maybe Connolly was just a little bit ahead of her, but yeah, it's not a bad effort in fairness, but it just whizzes past that bottom left hand post, and Michelle Kudju is going to retrieve the ball. I don't think it's a corner. I think he's just trying to speed the play up because Queens aren't going to be in any rush to retrieve the ball here to restart this game.
No, not at all. It's all about game management at this stage for Queens. They don't need to score. They just need to hold on to what they have, and like a 2-0 lead at this stage is probably comfortable enough, considering the chance of miss. Oh, as I say that, Connolly is nearly in.
Good tackle by Michelle Kudju. Brooke Dunn plays the ball. Payne rolls at Donald.
That's going to be free in, yes.
Well, I think Paul Dunn had allowed advantage on the first foul on Brooke Dunn. So again, I won't be surprised to see Brooke Dunn maybe or somebody have a real crack at this one. But having said that, Adam, and we're talking about player of the match, and Anika Hogg is definitely in the conversation, the keeper for the Queen's girls. But we'll give it another minute or two before we announce that award. The winner will pick up the Mint Plus reconditioned phone for their efforts on the pitch today. But Brooke Dunn, I'd be very surprised if he doesn't have a real good crack at this one here.
Yeah, Dunn, it's
a good effort, but blocked by Payne. Just gets in the way a little bit. She had turned her back to I think to run in and pick up a second ball, but didn't realise, and as she turned to look and see the ball, it just hits her,
Yeah, and I think, to be honest, Hag probably had it in the Queen's goal, but it's a frustrating day, I'd say, for Ciara Payne.
Ball headed back in by the number 14, Lorraine Green.
Green
wins, and I think she's the ball runs out. Has she won the throw, and she hasn't. Yeah. Megan Neal is down again.
There was a strong enough tackle from the substitute, but
she's
real
up.
malicious in it.
Brooke Dunn trying to win possession. Michelle Kudju just tried to clip it forward. It gets caught late with the challenge, and yeah, she gets caught in the knee. So
I think it was on your route, was it? The captain of Queens was a little bit late there.
She's already on a yellow.
Yeah.
On my records here, she's on a
she's
yellow.
on mine as well, but
and to me, it was a little bit late, and it probably was a yellow card tackle. We'll just see what Paul Tone does here, the referee. We're inside the last minute now at this stage, and he's having a little bit of time to think about it at least. But I think he's going to speak to Ray Conlon.
He is, yeah.
This is ominous. It's whatever Ray Conlon sees there. There's a card. Is he going to bring a card out? Is he going to the back pocket? So Paul Thone is going to take his.
Yeah,
It
it's
looks
a
like
free,
he's-
and I think
I don't think there's any further sanction here or action.
no. And to be honest, you hate to see a player sent off in a final. We see it here again, and Rouge.
No, I don't think.
There's no malice, but
No.
to be honest, I think if that's a Premier League game, she probably get sent off. But that's just the way the game's
No,
gone.
I think it would have been harsh enough. So Michelle Couture drops a
It's a
really
decent
nice ball
ball.
over the top of the fence. Does it come to Brooke Dunn? Can she keep it in? She does, I think. Oh, the flag is up there. Damien Conlon on the far side.
Yeah, we're just gone past that 90-minute mark, and done. As soon as the ball hits the turf here, it just keeps skidding away. And she was fighting a losing battle there to keep that in.
So we're in injury time here, and we're not sure what's been added on, but looks like time has just run out for Maynooth. Just haven't been able to breach that. Oh.
That is going to be a sending off, I think. Yeah, that's going to be a sending off for a lash out. It was the substitute, Lorraine Green. Straight red card. She was already booked earlier, and it was just a silly challenge, to be honest. You'll probably see it here again in the replay. Green, she doesn't get there first, and then it's just she just kicks out. And to be honest, it's a yellow card anyway, so it would have been her second bookable offence, and she's gone.
So Maynooth finished the game with 10 players on the pitch, and I might just call on just to come up with the Player of the Match award. That Mint Plus reconditioned phone is going to go to one of the players here today who, in your opinion, is a standout player.
Well, look, there's I have to mention, Michelle Kudju on the Maynooth side. Brooke Dunn as well was very good, but look, there's probably been one standout player on the pitch for her composure and defensive work, and that is my Mint Plus Player of the Match is going to go to Niamh O'Donnell.
Niamh O'Donnell, the number 5 on the Queen's team, claimed that Mint Plus reconditioned phone, and the player of the match trophy here. It's the WSCEI Women's Division 1 final. It's Maynooth's. In fairness, it's Maynooth's B team. I've said it a few times, against the Queen's University first team, so it's a huge achievement for the second string of a university to get to a Division 1 final against a big university like Queen's. And it was great work here by Burnett, and a really good challenge. I think we see, is it Cramp here now?
Yeah.
It's Neil. She's down.
Neil.
Yeah, the goal scorer. She got the first goal today, I think, after 6 minutes. Second goal scored by Katie O'Hare, and it's been Brooke Dunn just tried a speculative effort there, as we're in the latter stages here of the 93rd minute.
Yeah, I just heard the manager Andrew Boyd of the Queen's University team roaring at his players to stay focused. He certainly thinks the job isn't done yet, but here's a chance to put the game to bed. Great defending though.
Again, just Queen's haven't got those 2 goals, really haven't had any attacking threat really in the second half, and managed the game pretty well. The real opportunities for Maynooth came from Ciara Payne, got behind the Queen's rearguard on a couple of occasions, but just didn't manage to get anything that affected the keeper there, Anika Hogg, who definitely was in the shake-up as well. She was very composed in the thought, she was in her thoughts as well for that Player of the Match award.
Yeah, definitely. Anika Hogg, she was excellent today, and Ciara Payne, she probably having nightmares about her tonight with some of the saves she pulled off. And to be fair to Payne, she was excellent today, and just to be honest, it's not her day. And Maynooth, I think, are going to lose this one on a scoreline of 2-0 unless there's any late drama. I certainly can't see them.
Yeah, and just remind everybody again, the Premier Division final of the WSCI League will happen here at 4 o'clock today as a ball goal across again. Just brilliant hands from Hawk. And but yeah, the Premier Division final, as I said, is on here, and will be live streamed again at 4 p.m. from Athlone Town Stadium, and that will see University College Cork versus ATU Sligo.
There we go.
That's the final whistle. The Queen's girls absolutely delighted with that win. Again, kind of game of two halves, Adam, if you want to use
really.
the cliche, because they were the attacking team in the first half and they spent the whole second half defending. And but ultimately they've won the game, and they're the Division 1 champions for 2025 of the WSCI League.
Yeah, no, and full credit to Maynooth University. They've really put it up to them in that second half. Thought they had the better of the chances probably overall in the game. You know, the first goal from Queens comes from a mistake from the goalkeeper Emer Evans, and it's a decent free kick routine. Second goal, magnificent goal. You know, the front three did very well, worked it together, and look, it's the story of the match. Queens take their chances and Maynooth don't, and look, they're the eventual winners because of it.
So we'll just get set up here for the presentation. Disappointment for the Maynooth side, but again, it's the second string of the Maynooth University. It's the B team, and they're in a Division 1 final, and that's a serious achievement in my book anyway. And Queen's traditionally always very strong at women's football at third level, and you can see them celebrating just there in your shot there now.
Yeah, no, it's full credit to Maynooth University, especially this being their second string side. Like our own women in the college were in this league last year, and we couldn't even reach the final, and we'd consider ourselves a strong Premier team, never mind a strong First Division team. So no, I've great time for them, and you know, full credit for their efforts. And look, I keep saying it, there's a cup to play for after Christmas, and I've no doubt they'll be back.
Yeah, you know, you just. There's a player out there on crutches as well, so there might be a few injuries in that squad, but they just well done to Andrew Boyd, Adam Carson, Adam Calvert, the coaching team there behind that fantastic Queen's University side. And then we can't go without mentioning Brian Kay, who's looking after that Maynooth University B team with Zelda Corcoran, Barry Prendeville, of course, the development officer here, and Declan Byrne, the physio. So Robert Oldham will be down there helping to do the presentation. Our sponsor sign, just a little bit of wind taking it over as Lucy there picks it up for us. And I say thanks to Mint Plus, who have kindly sponsored again, I think from a third if not the fourth season in a row, have sponsored the Player of the Match trophies for all of our league finals. We had 6 men's finals over the space of Tuesday and Wednesday. And today we've 2 women's finals, Division 1 and Premier Division later on at 4 p.m, which again will be streamed live. And Niamh O'Donnell will pick up that Player of the Match award, the number 5 for the Queen's University team. She's a Northern Ireland under-19 international. Plays with, I think, Mid Ulster is her club.
Yeah, I thought she was very very progressive with her passing. She was very good defensively. Her defensive cover for her fullback in the first half, McCabe, and then the substitute Lauren Smith. She's probably a joy to play with at the back, especially like Clodagh Sweeney as well. I have to give credit to her because it's a defensive partnership, not the one at the back, and O'Donnell can't do her work without Sweeney doing her work either. Yeah,
and just as you mentioned, the Maynooth side, Michelle Coudou and Brooke Dunn probably stood out as well in that Maynooth side, and there's the announcement of Niamh O'Donnell as the player of the match. Niamh O'Donnell picking up her Player of the Match award, again the Mint Plus trophy, and she picks up another little accolade there as Player of the Match. So we'll now have the presentation of the runners-up medals to a very gallant and excellent Maynooth University B team. They did have some chances though, Adam. You know, it's not like they didn't create a little bit in that second half.
Yeah, I just find it mad that we're sitting here with a 2-0 scoreline, and for all the chances they had, they will be kicking themselves that they weren't more clinical at times. But you know, it has to be said that Haig in the Queen's goal had an outstanding performance as well. So you know, sometimes it's just not your day, and I keep saying it, today was just not Maynooth University's day. And Queens, I don't think they registered a shot in that second half. So
no, there was one free
story
kick
of the game, really.
Yeah, there was the free kick from their left back McKim, Grace McKim, and that was about it. They really didn't get anywhere near the box. You know, Emer Evan in goal for Maynooth. You know, she's little or nothing to do. I think she touched the ball probably 3 times in the second half. So the medals now being presented to the winning Queen's University team before the trophy lift, and that'll be, I think it's Anya Root as the captain on the side.
Yeah, our poor Mint Plus sign is getting a battering down there.
Getting caught by the wind. Poppy Fletcher nearly stood on it. So last couple of medals has been hung around the necks of the Queen's University women.
They'll be a lot happier going back on that bus, or driving home
cars,
tonight.
yeah.
And driving home tonight. The long haul journey to Belfast. So.
They had a little bit of drama on the way down, you know, before they left. Their bus didn't arrive. They had to quickly rearrange themselves into cars and get themselves down to Athlone from Belfast. And I think one of the cars had a little bit of a breakdown issue as well. And they got here. And to be fair, Maynooth University sportingly agreed to push out the kick-off time and gave 25 minutes grace to the Queen's girls in order to let them prepare and get a warm-up in before the game. So very sporting behaviour from our losers, Maynooth.
Yeah.
And again, we got to mention our match officials. Paul Thone in the middle with Damien and Ray Conlon ably assisting them as the trophy is lifted there.
And the champagne is poured.
Yeah, and the captain Anya Root lifted the trophy there on behalf of her teammates. And I think we'll wrap up the stream for this game right now, and we will be back at 4 p.m. for the Women's WSCI Premier Division final between University College Cork and ATU Sligo. So thank you from myself and Adam, and you'll hear from us again at 4 p.m.